the Dirty Sports Podcast.
I gotta ask. I mean, because you had it's so cool. You played with Favre and Rodgers.
Yeah.
What's it like playing with Brett Favre? First of all,
it was great. Favre helped me a lot. You know, he helped me a lot. Once he recognized, like, okay, this is gonna be our guy. He looked out for me. He did. He took me under his wing and was willing to give me little things just to make things easier for me. And, you know, at some point in time, I'm sure you'll ask about the playoff game. But he was the guy.
It's funny. You think I care about the playoff game? I'm more concerned about something else with Brett Favre. The dick pics.
The dick pics. The good old dick pics.
Yeah, because you're on.
First of all, that was his Jets time, you know, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually friends with Jen.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
That was. That you're right. I'm wrong on my timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you though, because I can still ask you this. I've said on our show, Ryan, you know, completely off topic. I've said Brett Favre made sending dick pics mainstream because he was a legend. Do you think that's true?
Do you think? Say that one more time.
I think Brett Favre is.
You think he may have sent them because of who he is?
No, I'm saying I think he made it.
He put him on the map.
He put.
He's the,
he put
cool.
dudes sending dick pics because he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think he made it okay.
He's like the Neil Armstrong of the dick pic.
Yeah, I think Brett Favre.
He didn't make it okay. Because I don't know if it's okay. You can get us all fucked up. Unsolicited, if it's not asked for, it's not okay. But I don't know. He definitely brought more attention to it. Like,
you know what I'm
people,
saying?
He let the society know, like, this is a real
this
thing.
is a
that's
thing people
happening
do
consistently.
But that's my point. Like nobody was sending. Right? Nobody was sending dick pics.
No, they were. The DPs were always getting sent.
If you look at Brett Favre with a flip phone, that's
what I'm saying. Brett Favre is not.
It
wasn't like he's the younger generation to know.
But he's more of like he's the first. I'm trying to give the man some credit. He's the first high profile guy. Because think about it, like afterwards you have Anthony Weiner and all these different people.
Yeah. Okay, I can say he probably was one of the first high profile guys.
Like if there was a Mount Rushmore dick pics, you got to put Favre.
Yeah. He would be one of the first guys, the frontiersman of DPs.
But he seems, all jokes aside, he seems like I mean, I could be wrong because you don't know. He seems like a chill dude, like a fun dude.
Yeah, he is. He's a fun guy. Absolutely. He wanted to make things fun. We'd have a lot of jokes at practice, and I think he was probably always like that, but of course it was escalated just because of the position he was in. He could do that. He's Brett Favre. So a lot more people were comfortable with him being a lot more lax on certain things. Competitor like no other. And like I said, he looked out for me. He didn't have to. I was really appreciative because, you know, recognizing that he was kind of on his way out and at the end of it, he could have just been like, this is just another young kid that kind of like, who gives a shit? Like, whatever. But he talked to me a lot. You know, he brought me in on a lot of the stuff that a lot of vets, him and just a couple of vets were doing. You know, I got to eat with the vets, and that was different because people didn't even know. The rest of the team didn't even know that Brett every once a week would bring in his own chef and have in the back. And people didn't know when one day the equipment manager says,
like the VIP area.
Yeah, it was crazy. No, literally. Like, that's exactly what it was. One day, oh, damn, what's going on? My phone's going off crazy.
Brett Favre's like, stop talking about dick pics.
Brett Favre's sending you dick pics right now as we speak.
Fuck that. That's terrible for you. But one day the equipment manager says, RG, what are you doing for lunch? And I'm like, going to the cafeteria like we always do for lunch. And he's like, no. He's like, come in the back before meetings. And I'm like, what? And I go back there and they have a full spread catered service of all these different foods.
How many guys are in there?
It's probably 6.
Yo, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Donald Driver, Bubba Franks, Chad Clifton, like all the, you know, the guys, all of Brett's guys,
all Brett's skill
of Brett's
players.
guys, yeah. Couple guys on defense, but
all
of
Brett's pair of Wranglers.
All of Brett's guys. No, he didn't. You know what? I wish he would have left me a pair of Wranglers. The equipment guys, and then the guys from we were playing. I think a Monday night game because it was Boomer was there. Berman, Chris Berman was there. All the guys who come in to basically scout us and do get their information for the week for that next game. They were all there eating, chopping it up, and I'm like, well, I'll be damned. This is what goes on. They were like, RG, keep it, you know.
So,
but that's when Chris Berman's going, I talked to Brett this week. He talked to him in his VIP lunch room.
Wait a second. So this is fascinating to me. So Favre has this like catered meal with the chef, VIP, you know, back room. So do other players in the Packers not even know about this?
Yeah, nobody knew. Like, not there, they just didn't really know. I'm gonna be honest, I took my
It's almost
plate.
like a secret
I had to go to
society.
meetings. I had to go to meetings. So I was like, well, they were like, nah, you can take your food. So I took my plate and went back to my meeting room. And when I went to the meeting room,
Like, where'd you get ribs?
clearly I had food that wasn't in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And they were like, RG, where the fuck did you get that from? I'm like, I got asked there's another meal I got asked for. And they were like, what the fuck? And EB was like, hey, man, if y'all ball out, maybe y'all, like, it was kind of like, hey, man, perks of getting a job done. So it worked out. And then, you got to see, like, I remember one time I walked back to get something done with my equipment, and I walked past Brett's office. That you guys remember to hear about that? Brett had his own little office.
I didn't know about it. So Favre had his own office?
First of all, he had his own shower. He had a shower with the coaches outside. He never showered with us. And I used to always say, man, where the fuck is Brett after practice? Because we never see him. Like, the moment practice, we never see him. And they're like, oh, he doesn't shower with us. He showers with the coaches. And so he had that, but he also had an office. He would hang out. He didn't hang out really in our locker room. He hung out in his office. And the office was right next to the equipment room. The equipment room's office, the equipment manager's office. And I remember one day he was like, we were in there, and he's like, Archie, what's up, man? You want like a beer or something? And I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just talking to Red. Just going to guess to the Red. But I was thinking in my head, like, this fucking guy. He's just created such an environment for himself that, like, it's like, do what he wants, man.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.